It's not just a game, it's riverparishfootball.com. This week's highlights after this. Buckwalder Insurance Group has been serving the river parishes for over 20 years. With 3 convenient locations in Destrehan, Bootheel, and Kenner, stop by and get a quote. Or just call at 985-764-3833 and compare rates at Buckwalder Insurance Group. From the Buckwalder Insurance Group home studios in Destrehan, welcome to riverparishfootball.com's highlight show from Week 5. Hi again, everyone. I'm Eric Ritchie, and welcome to riverparishfootball.com's highlight show. Stunning to believe we are already at the midway point of the regular season, especially with so many River Parish area teams struggling to find win number 1. Over the next few minutes, we're going to show highlights of several teams from around the area. East St. John was in Baton Rouge, battling Capital as the Wildcats were one of those teams looking for win number 1. From the opening kickoff, you could tell this one was going to be physical. Big blocks for the East St. John Wildcats set up their opening drive. First play from scrimmage, it's Leonard Davis going up top to his favorite receiver, Des Broussard, hauls it in for a 50-yard gain. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Davis on the keeper from 3 yards out, and the East St. John Wildcats led 6-0. Next drive, similar results. Coming out of that pile is Nigel Anderson. He usually gets the job done on defense. Here, scoring from 31 yards out, and the Wildcats were up 12-0. The fun was just begun. The air assault continued later first quarter. Again, it's Davis to Broussard. This time, touchdown, 40 yards out. And after a 2-point conversion from Kadeem Vance, the Wildcats led 20-0. Second quarter now, and it's Davis finding the end zone again, this time to Jared Jackson. And the Wildcats led 27-0. Hey, let's not forget about the defense. Darren Williams having a big game. Another sack for the Wildcats here. They made life miserable for Capital all night long. Des Broussard gets the rare handoff and finds his way through the gap, coming to the near side, and Des almost takes it to the house. 32-yard run would set up East St. John's next score. It came in the air. Davis, his 3rd touchdown pass of the half, hits Jeffrey Wright from 3 yards out. The extra point was good, and East St. John led 34-0. The Wildcats tack on a 10-yard Kadeem Vance touchdown run and close out in style, beating Capital 41-20 for their first victory of the season.
You got the first one.
Oh, absolutely. That's monkey's off our back, and we're happy about it.
Come in, say hurry up.
We established the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and that's what we wanted to do. We finally had a little bit of resemblance of practice every day in the same spot, same place. Got to watch a little bit of film, so it's getting back to normal, and this is our first victory, as you said, but now we're building towards next week, which is opening district, and that's what we're looking forward to.
This season has been real hard. We work hard, and sometimes people say it works, it pays off, man. Today it pays off. We work real hard for this, and we're gonna try to keep winning.
Our highlights continue on the West Bank. West St. John facing Old Perry Walker. River Parish football's rushing leader, Kylan Favorite, held to just 39 yards. There's 16 of them. The Rams defense played well. Coy Rainey and Dontre Turner combining on the big tackle. Later, the two, Rainey and Turner again, coming up with the big defensive stop. They weren't the only two involved in the defensive fest. How about Damon Pierce coming up with the fumble recovery for West St. John? But Walker led this game 7-0 second quarter. Trevon Hobbs steps in front of the Austin Howard pass, and look at this. He's going to return it all the way. 20 yards for the score, and it was 13-0 Old Perry Walker. Third quarter now, and Howard's going to air it out. He was 12 of 20, 113 yards, and here's his biggest pass play of the game to LaFerrin Stipe. It set up the lone touchdown for the Rams, and Howard would take it himself on the keeper from 5 yards out, making it 13-8, but West St. John, not enough on this night, falling 19-8. The fun's just begun here in our riverparishfootball.com highlight show. When we return, Lutcher goes for another win, trying to stay undefeated as the Bulldogs play host to Broadmoor. Also, Riverside travels to Curtis, the #1 team in the country. You're watching the riverparishfootball.com highlight show here from the Buckwalter Insurance Group home studio in Destrehan. When you're driving down the road and you hear this noise, what do? It's simple. You call Laplace Glass at 985-652-4222. Give the make and model of your vehicle, tell them whether you're going through your insurance company, and let the professional staff at Laplace Glass take it from there. Go ahead and relax. It's a painless process. Laplace Glass. Give us a break. We'll fix it. Remember, you're in good hands at Allstate. Call us and compare. Call Kelly Buckwalter at 985-764-3833. Auto, home, life, boat, renters, motorcycle, ATV, you name it, Buckwalter Insurance Group's got it. The highlights roll on. Tim Detillier had a young football team coming into this season, but the key was a veteran quarterback. Rustin Mathern has led the Bulldogs to a perfect season so far, wanted to stay that way, a home game against Broadmoor. Following a Brian Bowser interception, Rustin Mathern hooks up with Spencer Roussel on the very first play from scrimmage, the first of 2 touchdowns for that pair, and the Bulldogs struck first. They led it 6-0. On the ground, Dijon Payne led the way, 8 carries, 64 yards, and this touchdown giving the Bulldogs a 14-0 lead. Mathern, what a game. 4 touchdown passes, 2 of them went to D'Anthony Davis. This one from 10 yards out. Mathern would add the 2-point conversion himself, and Lutcher led 22-0. Still first half, still Rustin Mathern doing his thing. He loves pay dirt. A touchdown run himself here, and it was 29-6 Lutcher at the half. Mathern's 4th and final touchdown pass of the night goes back to Davis from 21 yards out. Lutcher rolls. They're undefeated after the 43-6 win.
For whatever reason, this team just loves making an early mistake or shooting themselves in the foot or digging a hole, however you want to call it. But I got to say, they've shown the characteristics to play through it, and we did that again tonight. As far as a passing game, we really prepared for the zone. They showed zone all year, and they played us man, and they did a good job early. So at halftime, we just kind of talked to the receiver a little bit, made a few adjustments in the route, and that's all that was.
Me and Rustin, man, ever since we were little, we cousins. I mean, we got this little bond, I guess you could say. We just know when something happens, you can just see it.
Our next stop, Riverside at Curtis, and no secret that Bill Stubbs was brought in to compete with the #1 team in the country. No easy task. The Patriots, they're ranked #1 in the country for a reason. Curtis would strike first. Patrick Morton, the quarterback, the first of his 3 touchdown passes on the night, goes to Malachi Dupree, an 11-yard strike, and the Patriots were on the board. Running back Jonquil Sanders lined up in that wildcat position quite a bit. A direct snap here, Sanders eating up some tough yards. Back to that direct snap, this time, after the flip to Deuce Wallace, it's Duke Riley of Curtis stepping in front of that pass, and he cuts back, gets a block, and 55 yards later, he's in the end zone, and Curtis led this one 14-0. You know that Patriots special teams unit, always a force, no exception this year. Richard Allen on the punt return. He's going to take it all the way. 43 yards for the score. The Rebels held to just 112 total yards. Riverside now 0-4 on the season after losing to Curtis 59-0. Highlights from the Buckwalter Insurance Group studios in Destrehan roll on after this.
It's a whole lot better for planned service than it is for demand service.
That's why at Cajun Comfort, Electrical Air Conditioning and Heating, we've developed a unique umbrella for our customers known simply as
Comfort Club.
For AC units, it's the
ESA.
Energy Savings Agreement.
You get 2 cleanings a year. Also with that, you get a 15% discount on any repairs you may need, and you get priority service, which to me is the most important thing.
Comfort Club.
Which also includes
EPP.
Electrical Protection Plan.
We go through your panel and check all your breakers, check everything, make sure everything looks good. That way you don't have to worry about any kind of electrical fire in your home.
Comfort Club.
And for your generators,
GMP.
Generator maintenance program.
We go through, we change the oil, we change filters. When the storm comes, your generator's up and ready to kick on for you.
We're what satisfaction is supposed to feel like, and we guarantee that satisfaction 100%.
now's the time to call Cajun Comfort Electrical Air Conditioning and Heating and just ask for
Comfort Club.
Back to the highlights. Hahnville at home hosting McDonough 35. Close game throughout. Defensively, Javon Murray has been a force all season for Hahnville. Here he comes up with the fumble recovery. The Tigers scored so quick after that, our cameraman didn't get down to the other end of the end zone in time. Lynn Simmons, the tail end of his 31-yard touchdown run, and it's 21-21. Carlos Henderson was a force for McDonough 35. He finished with 103 yards, 35 of them here, and one of his 3 touchdowns. It gave Mac 35 a 29-21 lead. Later, Murray with another tackle for loss. He's in the highlights every week, also for a reason. But McDonough 35 defensively would hold on and shut down Hahnville's last drive. 29-21, Hahnville falls to 0-4. Other scores from Week 5, Destrehan drops one on the road to Dutchtown, 42-21, despite some unbelievable numbers from quarterback Donovan Isom, who finished 22 of 33 for 238 yards passing, also rushed for 132 yards and 3 touchdowns on just 11 carries. Elsewhere, the beat goes on for the St. Charles Comets, overmatching Jeanerette 55-0. Aaron Lewis with 3 touchdowns. Comets led 41-0 in this one after the first quarter. Second straight shutout for Wayne Stein's group. And finally, St. James losing to Assumption 34-0. It's the first time St. James has been shut out all season. They fall to 0-4. That will do it for our Week 5 highlights. For George Becknell and Lori Lyons, I'm Eric Ritchie. Thanks so much for logging on to riverparishfootball.com. Brock's Automotive and Tire Center is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle's needs. Our experienced certified auto techs offer full service on all makes and models, alignment, state inspections and brake tags, and a major selection of tires. For complete state-of-the-art auto repairs, AC work, and computer diagnostics. We're right along the river in Reserve. Brock's Automotive and Tire Center with 24-hour towing service.